So last time we talked about how to put together a composite poster by inserting native Photoshop files or Illustrator files into your InDesign document. Some of the diagrams that were in the Photoshop files were created by Rhino, so you guys have the option of calibrating the colors of those diagrams within Photoshop, or go back to Rhino to tweak the colors in there and re-export the images from Rhino. So we went over Adobe Creative Suite libraries as a way of exchanging color swatches between different platforms. It works for Photoshop, Illustrator, or InDesign, as long as you have a stable internet connection. So if we were to, say, calibrate the green color of one of my diagrams here, if you just click on the color swatch, you'll see how you can look up the RGB numbers for your color. So in this case, we want to jot down 173, 201, 184. And then we can go back to Rhino. Let's just say that I want to tweak some of the green colors here. Then we can go to this color swatch and double click on it. And right here, we can type in 173, 201, and 184. And then say, okay, so now it's gonna match the colors we had in InDesign. However, the color has different shades to it depending on the background color you're using for this ghost view. So right here, if you click on the tab here, we actually have a ghost view right now. So if you go to display options, you can see how down here there's this ambient color. So if I were to change this ambient color to black and then say okay, now you have a more I would say darker tone to everything. So it depends on what you're trying to achieve for your final composite poster. You might find that it's helpful to tweak this ambience color right here. So let's just say I wanted to go back to more of a lighter tone, and then say okay. So now it's a lot lighter overall. So if you have different kinds of background colors in InDesign, then you might want to export different versions of this. Maybe you try the light gray, the dark gray, and the black colors as your ambience colors, and you export all three images, and then you insert them into Photoshop and InDesign, and then you can use the layer comp to switch them on and off. We'll show you how to create layer comps in Photoshop later. So to know if this is going to look right, we have to look at it in the context of everything within this final composite board. That's why it's really important to start with the end goal in mind. So if we can set up different versions using the different ambience colors in Rhino, and then we can then see the different versions in the context of the overall poster in InDesign. So if you like what you have right now, let's just say that this is good enough. What we can do is to go to Capture and then save this as a file. And then let's choose the highest resolution, make sure the transparent background is checked. And then we use inches, and then use 300 dpi. Usually 200 is the bare minimum we'll need for any prints. 72 is typically used for online graphics that will be viewed digitally. And then if you are okay with all the settings, then just click on OK. What's really important here is to save it as a PNG file so that you can keep the background transparent. If you save it to JPEG, then you're going to have a white background. So you can see how I save the different versions, based on whether it's ghost view or arctic view, technical view within Rhino, or if it's got black background or lighter gray ambience color. And then I tested them out by looking at them within Photoshop and InDesign. So let's just save this as a test for now. So I want to show you guys your options over here. So if you click on this tab here, you can save it as a render view, as a ghost view, as a technical view. This one we showed you guys before. It actually created really clear line work. There is a video from before that shows you exactly what you need to do in terms of setting the different numbers in the display option. So right here, particularly for the objects, we'll have to go in and change the settings. So if you happen to not have clear line work when you're choosing the technical view, I encourage you to go back and watch that previous video. Otherwise, another view that might be helpful for you to consider is the Arctic view. If you choose the Arctic view, you'll see how there's almost nothing there, because basically it's showing this kind of whitish render quality. So this is a new option for Rhino 6. So you can go to display options. And then again, if we look for the ambience color, you can see how the ambience color is black over here. Again, we can change it to other options, and then export this as another PNG file. So this is basically how I created the diagrams in the middle here. So the white colors you're seeing here, it's kind of pixelated in InDesign, low resolution quality, so that you can work faster. But the white color you're seeing here basically came out of the Arctic View PNG file. Here you can see better with Photoshop. So all the white color patches or shapes, they came from the Arctic View within Rhino. So one thing you might want to consider is to make sure that you save this view. Go to Set View, go to Name View, and then make sure you click on this Save As icon here to save whatever you got as a particular view, so that with all the different settings that you have played around with, you can make sure that the PNG files that you actually exported would all line up in Photoshop or InDesign. All right, so that's it for now. I will see you guys in a different video, and then we'll talk more about how to continue to fine-tune these diagrams both in Photoshop and Illustrator. See you there.